It began with a single post. A few cryptic lines from Candace Owens on a late Friday night that left social media gasping for breath. Within minutes, the internet exploded. Screens lit up across the country, fans scrambling to understand what she had just implied about Charlie Kirk. Her words were sharp, deliberate, and carried that unmistakable tone of someone ready to burn bridges, and she didn't seem to care who got caught in the fire. People thought Candace and Charlie were untouchable. They had built a powerful alliance, one that shaped conversations and controlled narratives across their shared platforms. But tonight, that image cracked in full public view. Candace's tweet wasn't just an accusation, it was a declaration of war. And as screenshots began to circulate, followers couldn't decide what stunned them more: her audacity or what she was accusing him of. "Charlie Kirk isn't who he says he is," she wrote, "and when the truth comes out, I won't be the only one talking." Within an hour, those 12 words had turned the internet into a battlefield. Comment sections filled with wild theories. Some claimed she was hinting at a political fallout. Others whispered about personal betrayal. But the phrase that trended worldwide was simple and chilling: Candace versus Charlie by morning. Major outlets had picked up the story. Anonymous sources hinted at private disputes, leaked texts, and a hidden scandal brewing for months behind closed doors. Close friends refused to comment. A former assistant allegedly confirmed that tensions had been boiling for a long time. But nobody expected Candace to go publicist, especially not like this. As fans dissected every word she'd written, Charlie's camp stayed silent. His social media went dark. His usual confident presence disappeared overnight. That silence only fueled the chaos. What was he hiding? Why wasn't he fighting back? Rumors of betrayal, secret recordings, and explosive evidence began to spiral out of control. For Candace, though, the silence seemed to empower her. Hours later, she returned with a short, almost taunting update: "Since everyone's pretending not to know what I'm talking about, maybe it's time I stop pretending to." Those words sent a shockwave through every corner of the internet. People began digging into old interviews, past collaborations, and subtle on-air tensions that no one had paid attention to before. Suddenly, moments that once seemed harmless were being reinterpreted as clues. By the end of the day, the friendship that once looked unbreakable was now the biggest story in political entertainment. Candace had promised a rebound. The world was waiting. But no one could have guessed just how deep this feud would cut, or how many lives it was about to drag into the spotlight. Because what came next wasn't just a disagreement. It was betrayal, exposure, and emotional warfare played out in real time. And as fans would soon learn, the truth behind Candace Owens' shocking claim about Charlie Kirk wasn't just scandalous, it was devastating. It all began the morning after Candace's cryptic tweet, when news outlets started running wild with speculation. The air was heavy with confusion, and fans could feel that something serious was unraveling behind the polished screens. Commentators who once praised their partnership were suddenly hesitant, trying to read between the lines. On podcasts, people whispered about secret meetings, deleted texts, and a phone call that supposedly ended in shouting. Everyone wanted to know what had really happened between Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk, and why she had chosen this moment to speak out. Candace stayed quiet for hours, which only made people more desperate for answers. Then, late in the afternoon, she went live. Her expression was cold, focused, and a little shaken. She didn't bother with introductions or excuses. She looked straight into the camera and said, "Since everyone wants to know what I meant, I'll say it. I trusted someone I shouldn't have." The livestream exploded instantly. Comments flooded the screen so fast they blurred. She paused, watching them roll in, then continued in a voice that sounded more personal than political. "This isn't about ideology," she said. "It's about loyalty. And when loyalty breaks, everything breaks." That single sentence became the quote of the week. Viewers clipped it, reposted it, and debated it endlessly. What loyalty was she talking about? Had Charlie betrayed her in business or something deeper? Within an hour, hashtags like #TeamCandace and #DefendCharlie were trending side by side. It was as if the internet had split down the middle. People picked sides without knowing the full story. Friends of both started issuing vague statements, trying to stay neutral but clearly uncomfortable. A former staff member came forward claiming the tension had been visible for months. According to him, there were private arguments about money, recognition, and who really built their shared platform. He described closed-door meetings where voices were raised and promises were broken. Though his identity was blurred in the interview, his words carried weight. Fans started piecing together timelines matching his claims to changes in their public appearances. They noticed how, in recent interviews, Candace barely looked at Charlie, how he interrupted her more often than before, how her smile no longer reached her eyes. While speculation grew, Charlie finally posted a message on his own platform. It was short, defensive, and oddly formal. He wrote that false narratives are being pushed by those seeking attention, and that he refuses to engage in personal drama. His followers applauded him for staying composed. But the tone of the post didn't sound like the charismatic voice people were used to. It sounded calculated, distant, and that made everyone wonder if he was hiding something. Candace saw that post within minutes and responded with a single word: predictable. The comment section erupted. Fans begged her to stop. Others begged her to tell everything. Some even accused her of fabricating the story to promote a new project. The divide grew uglier with each passing hour. Media personalities began dissecting old clips, finding moments of passive-aggressive tension between them. One viral video slowed down a frame where Charlie rolled his eyes during a debate. Another captured Candace whispering something under her breath after he cut her off. In isolation, these moments meant little, but in the new context, they looked like warning signs. As the internet argued, close friends of both sides stayed silent. But silence in times like this only makes the noise louder. A reporter claimed to have seen Candace meeting with a lawyer, though no one could verify it. Then, 2 audio clips surfaced online, low quality but unmistakable. In them, a woman's voice that sounded like Candace accused a man of taking credit for what wasn't his and using her name to climb higher. The man's voice replied sharply, denying it. Though neither voice was confirmed, fans were convinced. The clips spread like wildfire, adding more fuel to the chaos. Candace, however, didn't deny them. When asked directly in a podcast appearance 2 days later, she smiled slightly and said, "Funny how truth always finds its way out." That response alone was enough to keep the fire burning. The host pressed for details, but she refused, saying she'd let people connect the dots themselves. Those dots, of course, led everywhere. Some claimed she had discovered financial misconduct. Others whispered that their friendship had turned personal and then sour. A smaller, darker rumor even suggested a betrayal involving someone close to both of them. As hours turned to days, the feud transformed into a full-blown media circus. Fans scrolled endlessly, hunting for hidden clues in past interviews. Every silence, every glance, every laugh suddenly carried meaning. Analysts discussed it on television as if it were a political scandal, dissecting tone and timing. Late-night hosts joked about it, calling it the most entertaining fallout of the year. But beneath the jokes, there was a sense of unease. Both Candace and Charlie had powerful followings, and their feud threatened to fracture their entire community. Then came the moment that changed everything. During a live event in Texas, Charlie broke his silence publicly. He walked on stage, ignored his prepared notes, and addressed the crowd directly. "There's been a lot said about me this week," he began, his voice tight. "A lot of it isn't true, but some of it, maybe it is." The audience gasped. His team tried to move him along, but he waved them off. "I've made mistakes," he continued. "I've trusted people who turned out not to be who I thought they were, and maybe they feel the same about me." Clips of that moment went viral within minutes. Was he confessing? Apologizing? Deflecting? No one could tell. What mattered was the rawness in his tone. Candace watched the video too. And later that night, she posted a story with a single sentence. "You don't get to rewrite history, Charlie." Fans froze. It was clear now that whatever had happened between them wasn't just professional. There was history, emotion, maybe even heartbreak. People close to Candace described her as restless and angry, but also strangely relieved. One friend told a gossip outlet that she had been carrying something heavy for months. Another said she felt betrayed in a way that cut deeper than politics. Meanwhile, Charlie's team scrambled to contain the damage. They tried to shift focus back to his projects, but every appearance was hijacked by questions about Candace. The press refused to let go. By midweek, leaked emails began circulating online, though authenticity couldn't be verified. The messages painted a messy picture of miscommunication, ego, and jealousy. One line allegedly written by Charlie read, "I made you what you are." Another, supposedly from Candace, replied, "You wouldn't exist without me." The tone was venomous, the kind that comes from years of buried resentment. Experts analyzed the writing styles and concluded they might be real. Whether they were or not, the public believed them. As the controversy spiraled, both started losing sponsors. Companies pulled back, citing reputation concerns. Longtime collaborators distanced themselves publicly, and yet, neither seemed ready to stop. Candace posted cryptic quotes about truth and exposure, while Charlie countered with posts about forgiveness and moving forward. It felt like a silent chess game played out in front of millions. The tension reached a breaking point when a journalist claimed to have obtained a confidential recording that proves Candace's claim beyond doubt. Headlines screamed about the leak. But before the clip could air, legal threats appeared. Charlie's lawyers issued warnings, and networks backed down. That only intensified speculation. What was on that recording? Why was everyone so afraid of it? Candace addressed her followers that evening, saying, "Funny how evidence always disappears when it matters most." She looked tired, her voice quieter than usual. For the first time, she seemed more hurt than angry. "People think this is about fame," she said softly. "But when someone takes what's yours, when they erase your work, it's not about fame anymore. It's about identity." The comment struck a chord with viewers. They saw pain in her eyes, not performance. Still, not everyone believed her. Charli's defenders accused her of exaggerating, pointing out inconsistencies in her timeline. Others noted that her story seemed to grow more emotional each day. Even some neutral commentators began wondering if both were manipulating the narrative for attention. The public, however, stayed addicted to every update. Then, one night, an anonymous account posted a blurred screenshot that appeared to show an exchange between Candace and a third party. In it, she mentioned proof in the drive and a plan to release it if he keeps denying. The account vanished within hours, but the screenshot spread everywhere. For the first time, people began questioning Candace's motives. Was she planning a setup? Or was she being cautious, preparing for defense? As the rumors intensified, Charli released a carefully worded video statement. Seated behind a plain desk, he spoke slowly, choosing each word as if it might explode. "I've tried to stay silent out of respect," he said, "but silence has turned into guilt in the eyes of many. So here's my truth." He denied stealing credit or manipulating anyone, but then added a line that reignited everything. "If Candace feels betrayed, I understand. But betrayal is a two-way street." The internet froze again. Had he just accused her of doing the same? Within minutes, Candace replied with a single line on her story. Now he's finally telling on himself. The war had entered a new phase. Both sides were armed with words, clips, and loyal armies of followers. Every statement felt like a strike. Every silence felt like retreat. And somewhere in that noise, the truth, whatever it was, kept getting harder to find. But one thing was clear to everyone watching. This was no longer about politics, alliances, or fame. It was personal. And the deeper it went, the darker it became. It had been a week since Candace's first live revelation, and the online world had descended into chaos. Every newsfeed, every trending page, every talk show seemed consumed with the drama unfolding between her and Charli. Fans were obsessed, dissecting every frame of video, every tweet, every glance. The tension felt electric, as though the air itself was charged with anticipation. Rumors ran wild, some claiming insider knowledge of private dealings, others conjuring elaborate scenarios of betrayal and deceit. Candace appeared more determined than ever. She posted a video late at night, her face half lit by the glow of her phone, shadows dancing across her features. "People keep asking me why now," she said quietly, almost whispering. "The reason is simple. I can't stay silent anymore. Too much has been hidden and too many lies have been told." Her words were deliberate, her tone measured but sharp. Each syllable seemed to slice through the distance between her and her audience. The comments section exploded immediately. Thousands of viewers reacting, speculating, and sharing screenshots of the clip across social media platforms. Meanwhile, Charli's team was in panic mode. The usual confident messaging had been replaced with careful statements designed to calm his followers. One of his assistants leaked that he was frustrated, hurt, and unsure how to respond without making things worse. Behind closed doors, conversations reportedly escalated into shouting matches. And for the first time, Charli's carefully maintained image of composure seemed to falter. The man who had always appeared in control was suddenly exposed as human, vulnerable, and reactive. And the public ate it up. Fans began digging into old footage of their collaborations, looking for signs of tension. A clip from a past debate resurfaced where Charli interrupted Candace mid-sentence, something that had gone unnoticed at the time. Another surfaced of Candace subtly rolling her eyes while he spoke. In isolation, these moments had seemed trivial, but now they were dissected frame by frame, treated as evidence of long-standing discord. Online theories began to spiral. Some claimed financial betrayal, others hinted at personal deceit, and a few suggested that the fallout might never be resolved. Candace, however, continued to escalate the narrative carefully, never outright accusing Charli of anything specific in her public posts. Yet every comment, every cryptic line, seemed to suggest she held explosive knowledge. "Truth has a way of finding the light," she wrote one night, "and when it does, some people will wish they had been honest from the start." Followers debated endlessly about what she meant, drawing elaborate conclusions and sharing them in groups, threads, and forums. Her strategy was clear: control the story, but let the suspense grow with every interaction. Charli, unable to ignore the storm, finally posted a longer statement. In a quiet, slightly strained tone, he addressed both his followers and the media. "I have always tried to conduct myself with integrity," he said. "I regret that my personal interactions with Candace have been misinterpreted. I do not want this to become a spectacle, but I will not allow false narratives to go unchallenged." While he appeared measured, the subtext was clear. He was defensive, and the world knew it. The online commentary was immediate and merciless. Some praised him for taking the high road, while others argued that the statement only confirmed suspicions that he had something to hide. As the days went on, leaks and alleged insider reports continued to emerge. One anonymous source claimed to have seen emails between Candace and Charlie that suggested deep disagreements about credit, trust, and recognition. In one excerpt, a line allegedly from Charlie read, "You owe me for everything I've done," while a line purportedly from Candace replied, "Do not mistake my support for submission." The public frenzy reached new heights, and social media commentators dissected every word as if it were a confession. The drama took a new turn when an influencer claimed to have obtained a recording of a private conversation between the two. The recording, though low quality, appeared to feature a heated exchange where voices rose and accusations flew. While neither Candace nor Charlie confirmed the authenticity, fans immediately assumed it was real and began spreading the clips across multiple platforms. Theories multiplied. Some claimed Candace had threatened to expose Charlie publicly unless certain conditions were met, while others insisted Charlie had confessed to wrongdoings in the recording. The lack of clarity only intensified the intrigue. Candace continued to manipulate the narrative with precision. In one live session, she refused to answer pointed questions, instead smiling knowingly and saying, "The pieces will fall into place soon enough." The audience reacted with awe, curiosity, and anxiety. Some viewers suggested she had a master plan, while others feared the emotional toll it was. Taking on her. Through it all, Candace appeared composed, her resolve steady. A contrast to the chaotic swirl of rumors and speculation around her, Charlie's reaction, on the other hand, grew increasingly erratic. Interviews that once showed his usual charm now revealed tension and fatigue. Colleagues reported that he had been canceling meetings, avoiding social interactions, and obsessively monitoring social media. His every public move was scrutinized for signs of weakness or admission. The drama was no longer contained to personal conflicts. It had spilled over into careers, reputations, and the larger public sphere. One night, a blog post appeared claiming to reveal the full story of Candace and Charlie's fallout. While the source was unverified, it contained dramatic claims, arguments over financial control, emotional manipulation, and a betrayal that went back months. The post went viral instantly, shared across thousands of networks. While the authenticity remained dubious, the public reacted as though the narrative was factual. Discussions erupted everywhere, from comment sections to late-night shows. Candace responded strategically, posting a short video of herself walking through a quiet park. She spoke softly, but firmly. People want a narrative. They want clarity, resolution, closure. They will not get it from me tonight. Let them chase shadows. Let them draw conclusions, but the truth will always be mine to tell. Viewers interpreted the statement in multiple ways, with some seeing it as a threat and others as an emotional declaration. The ambiguity drove engagement through the roof. Charlie's side was equally strategic. A carefully crafted press release emerged, highlighting his charitable work, political achievements, and community engagement. The message attempted to shift attention, but the timing of Candace's ongoing live appearances rendered it ineffective. She was always one step ahead, her every move calculated to dominate the narrative. Fans speculated about meetings behind closed doors, secret recordings, and alliances, but no one could confirm any of it. The following day, rumors intensified when an anonymous tweet suggested that a third party had been involved in the fallout, someone who had influenced decisions on both sides. Speculation ran rampant. Was it a friend, a colleague, or an associate with hidden motives? The public hung on every new development, eagerly discussing and theorizing. Social media became a battlefield where supporters clashed over perceived loyalty, morality, and the supposed truths of the situation. Candace's posts became increasingly cryptic, hinting at revelations that would shock the world and change the way people see everything. Followers waited in anticipation, checking her accounts constantly for updates. Her every word, pause, and expression was scrutinized for meaning. The tension was palpable, a combination of personal drama, celebrity intrigue, and calculated suspense that captivated millions. Charlie, despite attempts to stay composed, seemed to struggle under the pressure. Interviews and live appearances became tense affairs, and his usual eloquence was replaced by measured, sometimes awkward statements. Media outlets dissected his body language, tone, and choice of words, searching for clues of guilt, remorse, or deceit. Every slip, real or perceived, was amplified, replayed, and analyzed. The drama reached new levels when a previously private conversation surfaced online. The dialogue, attributed to Candace and Charlie, depicted an argument filled with emotion, accusations, and anger. Though verification was impossible, fans treated it as gospel. The internet erupted with theories about betrayal, manipulation, and hidden agendas dominating conversations. The unfolding narrative was no longer just about two public figures. It became a reflection of loyalty, trust, and the consequences of human emotion. Candace's calculated silence contrasted with the chaos surrounding her. She avoided direct confrontation in public, but dropped subtle hints, allowing speculation to spiral. Her strategy worked perfectly, keeping the audience engaged and guessing. Every post, every story, every fleeting comment kept people on edge, wondering what revelation would come next. Charlie, meanwhile, faced increasing scrutiny from all sides. Supporters questioned his leadership, critics demanded accountability, and neutral observers speculated endlessly. The public consumed every new development voraciously, and the media amplified the tension, reporting on every possible angle. The feud, initially private, had become a national spectacle. Even as the public devoured every update, those close to the situation spoke of exhaustion. Friends of both claimed that behind the cameras there were tears, heated arguments, and moments of doubt. The personal toll was immense, yet the narrative continued to unfold for public consumption. Each new day brought a fresh wave of revelations, theories, and speculation, ensuring that the story would remain at the forefront of public attention. As part 2 drew on, it became clear that this was no ordinary feud. It had evolved into a multi-layered saga, blending personal betrayal, emotional conflict, and calculated strategy. Fans and media alike waited with bated breath for the next development, knowing that any moment could shift the balance, reveal a secret, or ignite another wave of outrage. The days following Candace's live sessions became increasingly tense, as if the entire digital world had frozen in anticipation. Every social media platform buzzed with speculation, theories, and leaks. Every post, comment, or story was dissected for hidden meanings, subtle hints, and evidence of the underlying conflict. Fans and critics alike debated endlessly, trying to connect dots that might not even exist. It was as if the feud had become a living entity, growing stronger and more unpredictable with every passing hour. Candace, despite the public frenzy, seemed remarkably composed. She posted short, cryptic clips at odd hours, each one sparking hours of analysis. In one particularly haunting video, she walked through a dimly lit room, her voice calm but laced with tension. "People will say anything to protect their version of events," she said softly, "but truth, no matter how long it hides, always finds the light." Followers interpreted the statement as both a warning and a promise. Some feared what revelations were still to come, while others speculated on whether she had evidence that could topple Charlie's carefully constructed image. Charlie's response was more fragmented. He posted several statements alternating between attempts to clarify and deflect. In one post, he claimed, "I have always acted with integrity and transparency. Any perception otherwise is the result of miscommunication and misunderstanding." However, his followers noticed subtle changes in tone, hesitation, forced smiles, and awkward phrasing, interpreting them as signs of stress or vulnerability. The contrast between his controlled public image and the apparent strain in his statements only fueled the ongoing speculation. Meanwhile, a series of anonymous leaks began to surface. Screenshots, emails, and voice notes supposedly revealed private conversations filled with anger, accusations, and tension. While none of the materials were officially verified, fans treated them as proof of a deep and escalating feud. One email, allegedly from Charlie to a close associate, read, "I trusted her, and she has turned everything upside down." Another, attributed to Candace, stated, "You think you understand loyalty, but you have no idea what it costs." The raw emotion in the words captivated the audience, painting a picture of a relationship torn apart by pride, miscommunication, and possibly hidden agendas. Social media became a battlefield. Supporters of Candace and Charlie clashed in comments, forums, and threads, each side defending their chosen figure while attacking the other. Every rumor, real or fabricated, was treated as fact. Hashtags trended and vanished within hours, each wave of discussion more intense than the last. It seemed that the public could not look away, as if they were witnessing a slow-motion spectacle of betrayal, ambition, and raw emotion. Candace's strategy appeared deliberate. She rarely spoke directly about specific accusations, choosing instead to drop subtle hints and cryptic remarks. In one live stream, she said, "Sometimes the most damaging truths are the ones people are too afraid to admit." The ambiguity of her statement sparked wild speculation. Some believed she had uncovered financial misconduct, others suspected personal betrayal, and a few whispered about undisclosed alliances that had manipulated both sides. The uncertainty kept her audience hooked, eager for every next clue. Charlie, attempting to regain control, embarked on a series of public appearances. He delivered speeches, participated in interviews, and posted videos highlighting his accomplishments in charitable initiatives. yet every public interaction was scrutinized for signs of tension. Viewers noted forced smiles, unusual gestures, and moments of hesitation. Every microexpression was analyzed, and commentators suggested that the pressure of Candace's claims was affecting him more than he admitted. The intensity escalated when a blogger claimed to have obtained a recording of a private confrontation between Candace and Charlie. In the alleged recording, voices rose, accusations flew, and long-held grievances were aired. Fans immediately took sides, with some insisting that the recording confirmed Candace's allegations, while others argued that it painted Charlie as a victim of manipulation. The clip circulated widely, generating thousands of debates and fueling media coverage. Even mainstream outlets jumped on the story, analyzing the recording frame by frame and inviting experts to comment on the tone, phrasing, and possible implications. Candace remained calculated, continuing to post short, emotionally charged messages. In one post, she wrote, "I have kept my composure for too long. The next chapter will not be silent." Followers speculated endlessly about what the next chapter could involve. Some expected explosive evidence, while others imagined confessions or public confrontations. The sense of suspense created a near-constant buzz, with people checking her accounts repeatedly, waiting for even the smallest hint of revelation. Charlie's camp, meanwhile, struggled to contain the damage. Attempts to redirect the narrative often backfired, with every statement interpreted through the lens of the ongoing feud. Even allies began to distance themselves, concerned about reputational risk. Insiders reportedly claimed that private conversations had become increasingly tense, with advisors urging calm while Charlie's emotions seemed to escalate. The juxtaposition of Candace's controlled yet provocative communication and Charlie's defensive and fragmented responses created a dynamic that fascinated the public. Then came the unexpected twist. A third party reportedly involved in both individuals. Professional spheres began posting cryptic messages. The posts hinted at hidden knowledge, financial disputes, and long-standing resentments. Although the posts were vague and unverifiable, they added a new layer of complexity. Fans speculated that this individual might hold key information capable of resolving or further inflaming the conflict. The suspense intensified as everyone waited for confirmation or clarification that never came. Candace continued to manipulate the narrative masterfully. She posted images with subtle symbols, videos that suggested past grievances, and statements that were open to interpretation. The ambiguity allowed her audience to project their own assumptions, creating a participatory experience that further heightened engagement. Viewers became invested in every nuance, dissecting tones, body language, and timing to interpret hidden meanings. The tension between reality and perception blurred, as the public became as much a part of the drama as the individuals themselves. Charlie, despite efforts to maintain his image, found himself increasingly isolated. Public appearances grew less frequent, and every interaction was scrutinized for authenticity. Reporters and commentators speculated about the emotional toll of the feud, suggesting that prolonged stress might be affecting his decision-making and public demeanor. The narrative had shifted from a personal conflict to a high-stakes psychological battle. With each side vying for control of perception and influence, the conflict escalated further when supposed leaked documents surfaced online. They contained vague references to financial dealings, email exchanges, and personal communications. Authenticity remained unverified, but fans embraced the materials as truth. Theories multiplied, some suggesting collusion, others betrayal, and a few claiming manipulation from hidden actors. The sheer volume of information made it difficult for outsiders to discern fact from fabrication, and the uncertainty contributed to the ongoing frenzy. Candace leveraged every moment to maintain momentum. She posted reflections on loyalty, trust, and exposure, often framing them as philosophical insights while hinting at personal experience. Followers dissected each post, interpreting subtle cues, gestures, and phrasing. Social media algorithms amplified engagement, spreading each post far beyond her immediate audience. The continuous cycle of speculation, revelation, and response created an almost theatrical experience, with millions of viewers emotionally invested in a narrative that remained unresolved. Charlie attempted damage control, releasing statements that emphasized integrity, leadership, and transparency. However, the intensity of the ongoing feud made any attempt at narrative control difficult. Every new post or video was scrutinized for tone, body language, and hidden meaning. The public became hyper-aware of small details, reading between lines, interpreting silences, and speculating about intentions. The dynamics resembled a psychological chess match, where perception was as important as reality. As part 3 of the conflict loomed, fans and media alike were left in suspense. Candace's cryptic posts hinted at upcoming revelations, while Charlie's statements oscillated between defensiveness and reflection. The tension had become a spectacle, blending personal conflict with professional stakes. and the audience remained captivated, eager for the next twist. The unfolding drama had become larger than either individual, transforming into a cultural phenomenon that merged celebrity, politics, and the relentless scrutiny of public attention. The feud, with its escalating stakes, cryptic communications, and relentless public engagement, demonstrated the complex interplay of emotion, strategy, and perception. As viewers, followers, and commentators watched, they became participants in a drama where every word, every gesture, and every silence held significance. The lines between truth, speculation, and performance blurred, creating a narrative that was both compelling and chaotic. Ensuring that the story would remain at the forefront of public consciousness for weeks to come, the tension between Candace and Charlie had reached unprecedented levels, and it seemed that every new day brought another twist to the saga. Social media feeds were flooded with commentary, analysis, and speculation. What had once seemed like a private disagreement had become a public spectacle, captivating millions who were desperate to understand the truth behind the conflict. Every statement, every post, every glance was scrutinized and dissected, creating a cycle of anticipation and reaction that showed no sign of slowing. Candace, maintaining her characteristic composure, continued to post cryptic messages. One video showed her walking down a quiet street, shadows playing across her face, her voice calm but firm. "The truth is rarely convenient," she said softly, "and those who avoid it will eventually be confronted by it." Her audience reacted immediately, sharing, reposting, and dissecting her words. The ambiguity allowed her to control the narrative without revealing any concrete details, keeping her followers engaged and hungry for more. Charlie, meanwhile, struggled to maintain his public image. His social media posts became less frequent, and interviews seemed carefully scripted, yet lacked the confidence he once displayed. Colleagues reported behind-the-scenes tension, with advisors urging caution while Charlie appeared increasingly frustrated by the relentless scrutiny. Fans noted subtle changes in his behavior, interpreting pauses, hesitations, and facial expressions as evidence of stress and vulnerability. Rumors and leaks continued to emerge, each one adding complexity to the story. Supposed private messages, emails, and voice recordings circulated online, often unverified but widely believed. One alleged email exchange suggested deep disagreements about credit, loyalty, and control. Phrases like "you owe me," and "do not mistake my support for weakness" were widely cited, creating a narrative of betrayal and escalating tension. The public consumed these leaks voraciously, dissecting every word for hidden meaning and context. Candace's approach remained deliberate. She rarely addressed specifics, but hinted at revelations that would shock the public. In one live session, she said, "Some truths cannot be ignored, no matter how carefully they are hidden." Followers speculated endlessly about the meaning, wondering whether she had evidence, recordings, or insider knowledge that could further damage Charlie's reputation. Her strategy kept the audience engaged, creating a sense of suspense that dominated online discourse. Charlie attempted to counteract the narrative by emphasizing his accomplishments and integrity. He released statements highlighting charitable work, political engagement, and leadership, aiming to shift focus away from the personal conflict. Yet, every effort to redirect attention was undermined by Candace's continuous presence and calculated communication. Fans and media alike scrutinized every move, searching for signs of weakness or admission, ensuring that the feud remained the dominant story. An unexpected development emerged when a third party allegedly connected to both individuals' professional circles began posting cryptic messages online. These posts hinted at hidden agendas, financial disputes, and long-standing grievances. Although the posts were vague and unverifiable, they added a new dimension to the narrative. Fans speculated about the involvement of this third party, generating theories that ranged from collusion to manipulation, further intensifying public interest. Candace capitalized on every moment. She posted symbolic images, emotionally charged statements, and videos suggesting unresolved grievances. The ambiguity allowed followers to project their interpretations, creating a participatory experience that kept engagement high. Viewers analyzed body language, tone, and timing, searching for clues to understand the underlying truth. The lines between perception and reality blurred. As the audience became invested in the unfolding drama, Charlie's attempts to regain control of the narrative were increasingly challenging. Statements intended to clarify or defend often fueled further speculation. Public appearances became tense, with every gesture and expression analyzed for meaning. Media coverage intensified, exploring psychological, emotional, and strategic aspects of the conflict. The narrative had evolved into a complex interplay of personal dynamics, public perception, and emotional stakes. The release of allegedly leaked documents introduced another layer of intrigue. These materials contain references to financial dealings, email exchanges, and private communications. Authenticity remained unverified, but fans embraced them as evidence. leading to widespread speculation about collusion, betrayal, and manipulation. The sheer volume of information made it difficult to separate fact from rumor, further fueling the frenzy. Candace maintained her carefully curated presence, posting reflections on loyalty, trust, and the consequences of deception. Her statements were often philosophical, hinting at personal experience while leaving details ambiguous. Followers engaged deeply, analyzing each word and gesture for hidden meaning. The ongoing suspense created a heightened emotional investment in the narrative, with the audience participating in an unfolding story that felt both intimate and dramatic. Charlie's response remained cautious and measured. Statements emphasizing transparency, integrity, and accountability were issued, but the intensity of the ongoing feud made narrative control difficult. Every communication was scrutinized for subtext, tone, and potential hidden messages. The interplay of strategy, emotion, and public perception created a psychological battleground, with both individuals vying for dominance in the court of public opinion. The introduction of new allegations and leaks kept the public captivated. Supposed recordings and emails suggested conflicts over power, recognition, and personal loyalty. Although verification was lacking, the public treated these materials as proof of a deteriorating relationship. Discussions erupted across social media and forums and on talk shows, with commentators exploring motives, strategy, and emotional consequences. Candace's subtle manipulation of the narrative proved effective. She maintained control without revealing specifics, allowing speculation to drive engagement. Followers were captivated by the interplay of ambiguity and revelation, interpreting her every post as a hint of truth or threat. The suspense became a central aspect of the drama, ensuring continued public interest and media coverage. Charlie faced mounting pressure from all directions. Supporters questioned decisions, critics demanded accountability, and neutral observers speculated endlessly. Public perception became a critical battlefield, with every post, interview, and appearance analyzed for evidence of stress, guilt, or manipulation. The conflict had evolved from a personal dispute into a high-stakes psychological struggle, with each party seeking to assert control over the narrative. As the saga unfolded, it became clear that the feud had transcended personal conflict. It had become a public spectacle, a study in strategy, emotion, and perception. Fans and media alike were deeply invested, participating in the drama through commentary, analysis, and speculation. The story continued to unfold in real time, with each new development adding layers of intrigue, suspense, and emotional intensity. Candace and Charlie's feud had become emblematic of the modern digital era, where personal conflicts are amplified through social media. Speculation dominates public perception, and the boundary between reality and performance is increasingly blurred. The narrative remained unresolved, with followers eagerly anticipating the next twist, revelation, or confrontation. The interplay of strategy, emotion, and perception ensured that the drama would remain central to public discourse for the foreseeable future. The ongoing saga highlighted the complexities of loyalty, trust, and human emotion in a highly visible context. Every decision, statement, and gesture carried weight, and the consequences extended beyond the individuals involved to influence followers, supporters, and the broader public. The story exemplified the power of narrative, the influence of perception, and the emotional intensity of conflicts played out on a global stage. Candace's continued control of the narrative ensured that the public remained captivated, while Charlie's attempts at clarification and defense highlighted the challenges of managing perception in a digital age. The dynamic tension between revelation and concealment, accusation and defense, ambiguity and clarity, created a compelling narrative that engaged millions. The audience's emotional investment ensured that every new development was amplified and dissected, further escalating the intensity of the feud. As the saga progressed, the conflict between Candace and Charlie became more than a personal dispute. It evolved into a cultural phenomenon, a real-time study of human behavior, emotional intensity, and the power of strategic communication. The interplay of public perception, media amplification, and personal emotion created a narrative that was both unpredictable and compelling. The audience remained enmeshed in the story, eagerly awaiting each new twist and revelation, fully aware that the drama was far from over. Every post, statement, and appearance served to maintain the suspense and emotional tension. Candace's strategic ambiguity, Charlie's defensive posture, and the relentless speculation of followers created a continuous cycle of engagement and anticipation. The narrative had become self-sustaining, with each new development feeding into the next, ensuring that the public remained captivated and emotionally invested. The conflict demonstrated the interplay of personal emotion, public perception, and strategic communication. Candace's careful curation of messages, Charlie's attempts to defend his reputation, and the relentless analysis by fans and media created a complex, multi-layered drama that unfolded in real time. The audience became participants, interpreting, theorizing, and reacting to each new element of the story. The stakes, both personal and public, remained high and the outcome uncertain, maintaining tension and engagement. Candace's influence over the narrative only seemed to grow as the feud continued. Each post, each subtle hint, each cryptic video contributed to a mounting sense of anticipation that gripped her followers. The ambiguity was intentional, a masterclass in controlling perception without revealing specifics. Her followers eagerly dissected every word, tone, and gesture, sharing interpretations and theories across social media platforms. The story had transformed into a participatory experience, with fans acting as detectives, piecing together clues in real time. Charlie, by contrast, struggled to maintain his composure. Public appearances and interviews, once smooth and confident, now carried hints of tension and defensiveness. Advisors reportedly cautioned him to stay calm, but the pressure of relentless speculation and the constant barrage of leaks appeared to take a toll. Fans noticed every micro-expression, every pause, and every carefully chosen word, interpreting them as evidence of stress, guilt, or manipulation. The once uncheckable public figure was now under intense scrutiny, his every action analyzed for meaning. The emergence of alleged insider accounts further fueled the frenzy. Emails, voice notes, and private messages circulated online, depicting heated arguments, personal grievances, and accusations. Authenticity remained unverified, yet the public treated these materials as proof of a deteriorating relationship. One particularly viral exchange suggested disputes over financial control and recognition, with statements like, "Do not mistake my support for weakness, and you owe me for everything I've done," cited repeatedly. These claims intensified the perception of betrayal and animosity, keeping audiences engaged and speculating. Candace's strategic silence amplified the drama. She rarely responded directly to allegations or rumors, instead opting for statements that hinted at deeper truths without explicit confirmation. In one video, she remarked, "The weight of what is hidden is heavier than the truths that are spoken." Followers speculated endlessly about the meaning, some assuming she possessed evidence of wrongdoing, others imagining secrets that could irreversibly alter public perception. The uncertainty created a sense of suspense that drew millions into the narrative. Charlie attempted to regain control through calculated public relations efforts. Statements emphasizing integrity, leadership, and transparency were released in quick succession, along with social media posts highlighting accomplishments and charitable work. Yet, the timing and intensity of Candace's communications made these efforts appear reactive rather than proactive. Fans and media analysts dissected each interaction, searching for hidden meanings, inconsistencies, or signs of weakness. Every attempt to redirect attention seemed only to feed the cycle of speculation. The drama escalated when a third-party figure reportedly involved in both individuals. Professional circles began posting cryptic messages online. These posts hinted at hidden grievances, financial disputes, and manipulations that may have influenced the unfolding conflict. Though unverified, the posts were treated as evidence by a highly engaged public. Fans speculated about alliances, secret meetings, and undisclosed motives, further amplifying the intensity of the narrative. Candace's careful curation of content maintained momentum. She released videos, images, and short statements that suggested unresolved conflicts while avoiding explicit details. Followers engaged deeply, analyzing tone, body language, and visual cues for hidden meanings. Social media algorithms amplified the reach, turning every post into a viral event. The continuous interplay of revelation and concealment created a compelling dynamic, sustaining engagement and suspense. Charlie's attempts at narrative control became increasingly challenging. Public statements and interviews were scrutinized for authenticity, tone, and subtext. Media coverage intensified, exploring psychological and emotional dimensions of the conflict. The story had evolved beyond personal disputes into a complex, multi-layered drama involving perception, strategy, and public opinion. The stakes extended beyond reputation, influencing professional relationships, alliances, and public trust. Leaked documents and recordings added further layers to the narrative. Emails and messages allegedly exchanged between Candace and Charlie revealed conflicts over loyalty, recognition, and personal boundaries. Though authenticity was disputed, the public treated them as credible, fueling heated debates and widespread speculation. The volume of information made it difficult to separate fact from rumor. Yet engagement continued to soar, with audiences invested in interpreting every detail. Candace's approach of ambiguity and controlled disclosure proved highly effective. By offering hints without confirmation, she maintained control over the narrative and ensured ongoing public interest. Followers became emotionally invested, analyzing her every word and gesture for insight into undisclosed truths. The suspense created a sense of immediacy, making the unfolding drama feel urgent and unpredictable. Charlie faced mounting challenges. Supporters expressed concern, critics demanded accountability, and neutral observers analyzed every move. Public perception became a critical battleground, with each statement, post, and appearance carrying significant weight. The conflict had evolved into a psychological struggle with strategy and perception as important as facts. Every action was interpreted through the lens of the ongoing feud, reinforcing the intensity and complexity of the narrative. As the story progressed, new rumors and leaks continued to surface. Recordings, emails, and alleged insider accounts painted a picture of escalating tension and unresolved conflict. Fans debated motives, strategy, and potential outcomes, while media outlets analyzed emotional, strategic, and reputational aspects. The drama became a continuous cycle of speculation, reaction, and engagement, ensuring that public attention remained focused on the saga. Candace's calculated ambiguity allowed her to dominate the narrative. She maintained suspense while avoiding explicit revelations, compelling followers to engage with the unfolding story. The participatory nature of fan interpretation amplified the drama, as audiences became co-creators in the narrative through discussion, analysis, and speculation. Every new post or comment was scrutinized, dissected, and shared, perpetuating the cycle of engagement. Charlie's public responses remained measured but increasingly strained. Statements emphasizing honesty, integrity, and leadership were analyzed for subtext, while interviews and appearances were dissected for body language and vocal tone. The intensity of the public scrutiny challenged his ability to control the narrative, and every interaction became a potential flashpoint. The drama had expanded into a high-stakes contest of perception, with emotional, strategic, and reputational implications. The unfolding saga highlighted the interplay between personal conflict, public perception, and media amplification. Candace's strategic ambiguity, Charlie's defensive positioning, and the relentless scrutiny of fans and media created a complex narrative ecosystem. The audience became participants, interpreting, theorizing, and reacting in real time. The stakes extended beyond individual reputations, influencing broader perceptions, alliances, and public discourse. Every new development sustained engagement and suspense. Candace's subtle hints, Charlie's defensive measures, and the continuous speculation of followers created a feedback loop, ensuring the narrative remained dynamic and unpredictable. The interplay of revelation and concealment, accusation and defense, and ambiguity and interpretation kept the audience captivated, emotionally invested, and eager for the next twist. As the feud continued, it became apparent that this was more than a personal dispute. It had evolved into a cultural phenomenon reflecting the dynamics of modern media, public perception, and emotional strategy. The audience's engagement and investment transformed the conflict into a participatory spectacle, where every word, gesture, and pause carried amplified significance. Anticipation for the next development remained high, ensuring that the narrative would continue to dominate public attention. Candace's mastery of ambiguity and controlled disclosure sustained momentum, while Charlie's defensive positioning highlighted the challenges of managing perception in a hyper-connected environment. The unfolding drama exemplified the power of narrative, perception, and emotional engagement, illustrating the complexities of modern celebrity conflict. The public remained captivated, waiting with bated breath for the next revelation, statement, or twist in a story that continued to evolve in real time. The saga exemplified the intricate dynamics of trust, loyalty, strategy, and perception. Every post, statement, and interaction carried weight, influencing audience interpretation and emotional investment. Candace's control of the narrative ensured ongoing suspense, while Charlie's defensive posture provided a contrasting tension, creating a compelling and continuous drama. The interplay of personal emotion, public perception, and strategic communication sustained engagement and anticipation. As followers, media, and commentators observed, they became co-creators in a dynamic story that blended fact, speculation, and performance. The feud had evolved into a spectacle that transcended its participants, illustrating the power of narrative, ambiguity, and public engagement. The audience's investment ensured that every new development would be analyzed, dissected, and discussed, perpetuating a cycle of intrigue and suspense that showed no signs of abating. As the dust begins to settle and the drama between Candace and Charlie continues to unfold, one thing is clear: this story is far from over. You, the viewer, have been watching every twist, every revelation, and every cryptic message, and your curiosity has been fully engaged. Every post, every leak, every subtle hint has drawn you deeper into a narrative that combines personal conflict, public perception, and emotional intensity in a way few stories ever do. But now, it's your turn to weigh in. to make your voice heard in the midst of this ongoing spectacle. Think about everything you've seen so far. Candace's controlled ambiguity, her cryptic statements, her ability to keep millions guessing and analyzing every detail. Charlie's attempts to defend his reputation, his measured statements, and the subtle signs of stress that have left the public wondering what's really happening behind the scenes. The leaked emails, the private recordings, the third-party hints, each piece of the puzzle has added layers to a story that is equal parts strategy, emotion, and suspense. And through it all, you've witnessed the power of narrative to shape perception, to influence opinion, and to hold millions of people in rapt attention. Now, imagine being part of the conversation. Your thoughts, your interpretations, and your predictions matter. When you comment, you are not just reacting, you are participating in a story that spans digital platforms, news outlets, and social discourse. Every like, share, and comment amplifies the discussion, adding new dimensions and perspectives to a narrative that is still evolving. Your engagement helps keep the conversation alive, ensuring that the drama continues to unfold in real time. Consider what you believe about Candace's claims. Do you think she has undisputed evidence that could irreversibly change public perception of Charlie? Or is this a strategic play, a calculated way to maintain attention and control the narrative? Think about Charlie's responses. Do you see them as genuine attempts at clarity and defense? Or are they signs of someone under pressure, struggling to maintain composure in the face of relentless speculation? Your perspective adds to the collective understanding of this drama, shaping how others perceive it and contributing to the ongoing story. And let's not forget the power of speculation itself. As followers, analysts, and fans, your theories, ideas, and predictions breathe life into the narrative. What could the next move be? Will there be a public confrontation, a revealing statement, or another wave of leaked communications? Every guess and every hypothesis keeps the audience engaged, sustaining the suspense that makes this story so compelling. Your voice is part of the echo chamber, reverberating through social media, forums, and discussion threads, making you an integral participant in the unfolding drama. So here's what you need to do. Engage. Share your thoughts, your interpretations, and your predictions. Comment below with what you think Candace's next move will be or how Charlie will respond. Like the video to show your support and keep the story alive. Subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the next twist in this riveting saga. The more you participate, the more you are part of a narrative that is larger than any one person, a story that blends strategy, emotion, and public perception in a way that few events ever have. Consider the emotional stakes as well. This is not just a story about public figures. It's about the complexities of trust, loyalty, and personal conflict under the unrelenting gaze of millions. Your engagement reflects an understanding of these nuances, a recognition of how public perception can shape, distort, or amplify the human experience. By contributing your voice, you help illuminate the subtle dynamics at play, offering insights that might otherwise go unnoticed. And remember, this story thrives on suspense. The next revelation could be hours away, days away, or even longer. By subscribing, you ensure you are present for every development, every cryptic message, and every potential twist. By liking, sharing, and commenting, you participate actively in a digital dialogue that spans the globe, connecting you with millions who are just as captivated and invested as you are. Your voice matters. Your perspective shapes the conversation. Your engagement fuels the suspense. Don't let this story unfold without you. Join the discussion, share your predictions, and immerse yourself fully in the drama that has captured the attention of millions. Candace and Charlie's conflict is a living narrative, and you have the opportunity to be part of it in a meaningful way. So take a moment, reflect on everything you've seen, and then act. Comment your theories, share the video, like it to show your engagement, and subscribe to stay on top of every development. Your participation is not just encouraged, it is essential to the ongoing life of this story. The drama is unfolding in real time, and every reaction, every comment, every share contributes to the collective understanding of what is happening. As the tension continues to build and new revelations emerge, stay engaged, stay vocal, and stay part of the conversation. This is more than a story. It's an experience, a spectacle, and a living narrative that requires active participation. Your thoughts, your voice, and your engagement are critical, ensuring that you are not merely an observer but a vital part of the unfolding drama. So go ahead, comment below with your opinions. Share the video with friends who are just as captivated. Like it to show your support. And subscribe to ensure you don't miss a single moment of the suspense, the twists, and the drama that continues to captivate millions around the world. Candace and Charlie's story is evolving every hour, and your voice is an essential part of the conversation. Engage now, because this saga is far from over, and the next chapter could arrive at any moment. Your participation keeps the story alive. Your insights shape the narrative, Your engagement sustains the suspense. Don't miss the chance to be part of this unfolding spectacle. Comment, like, share, and subscribe now, and ensure that your voice is part of the drama that continues to grip millions worldwide. This is your opportunity to influence, to interpret, and to participate in a story that is as unpredictable as it is captivating. Stay engaged, stay vocal, and stay part of the conversation. Candace and Charlie's drama is ongoing, and your voice matters more than ever. Comment below with what you think will happen next. Like the video to show your engagement, share it with others to amplify the discussion, and subscribe to stay updated on every twist, revelation, and dramatic turn. Your participation is essential. Your voice is heard, and your engagement ensures that you are a critical part of this unfolding narrative. Don't wait. Act now. Comment, like, share, and subscribe, and become an active participant in a story that continues to shock, captivate, and enthrall millions around the globe. The drama is alive, and your engagement makes it even more compelling.